I raised today not to make a speech, I raised to present a crime scene, not a crime of violence, a crime of organized in indifference way. The evidence is not in a classified file, it is at every traffic signal, every railway bridge, every temple gate in this country. India has failed its disabled citizens, not for lack of laws, not for lack of funds, for lack of will. And today I'm going to show you the number, show you the gap, and show you exactly how we fix it, not in 55 years. Let me put the numbers on record. On record, that no one can say in this house can say they did not know. Census of India 2011, the last time this country uh, count found 2.68 crore person with disabilities having. That is 2.21% of the population, of the total population. That was 14 years ago. The NASS 76th round survey of 2018, conducted by the National Statistical Office, estimated the prevalence at 2.2% of the population, with rural India carrying a higher burden than our cities. If you apply that 2.2% of today population on 1.144 crore, and you get 3.17 crore disabled citizens minimum level. Independent researchers publishing in peer-reviewed journals say the actual number could be double because social stigma means disability is chronically dereported in household surveys. The NFHS 5, which surveyed 28 lakhs households between 2019 and 2021, found that 5.11% of Indian households have at least one person with the disabilities. So we may be talking about 4 to 5 crore human beings, and how many 5 being formally identified by the state. As of July 15, 2024, the government-owned UDID portal shows 1.09 CR UDID cars generated out of minimum 3.17 CR. That is a 65% identification gap. I ask the reasonable person, if you can identify them, how are you helping them? Give credit where it is due. The Parliament passed the Rights of a Person with Disabilities Act 2016. We expanded disabilities categories from 7 to 21. We promised reservation in government jobs, free education, accessible public buildings. We launched the UDID project, a national digital IT system for every disability citizens, promising no one would be left out of the benefits system. One on paper, world class. Uh, in execution, 8 years later, only 50% of disability citizens even have a disability certificate issued by their states. 80 years later, and then only 50%. The RPWD Act mandates 4% reservation in government employment for PWDS reality. As of the last audit, actual representation in central government jobs is under 1%. Monthly disabilities pension in most states between 300 and 1,500 in range. The national poverty line is 1,059 per month per person. So we are paying people below survival, and we wonder why they are begging at our traffic signals. Respected members, I will be blunt. There are five region disabled Indians beg on streets, and every single one is a policy failure. Number one, identification. 1.59 CR disabled citizens have no UDID card. No card means no scheme. No scheme means no food rations, no pensions, no free ads. They are a ghost in the system, not by choice, by design. The second, income. State disabilities pension average 500 to 1,500 per month. In my state, Odisha pays 500, Bihar 400. Tell me, with the 500 a month, what does a disabled person eat? Where does she sleep? What medicine does she buy? We have a legislated poverty and called it a welfare. And the third one, employment. The RPWD Act mandates 4% government jobs for PWDs. Actually, it's a representation. Under 1% private sector, no binding enforcement. The inclusive hiring campaigns are a photo opportunity, are a photo opportunity, and not transformation. And for one, abandonment, it's mental health and locomotor disabilities are the largest segments. Many have been abandoned by families because the family itself cannot afford care. We have no community care infrastructure at a scale level. We have 21 national institute for disabilities, but less than 200 functional community rehabilitation centers for a nation of 3 plus CR disability citizens. And the last one, failure number five, accountability. Accountability. The RPWD Act mandates a state commissioner for disabilities in every state. Over half have vacancies or inactive commissioners as of last audit. We legislate, we announce, and then I think, we forget. Let me answer the skeptics in this democratic country. Those who will say it's too complex, population is too large for us, our resources are limited. Japan has a formal supported employment system called a GATA and called A GATA and B GATA work centers. So where disabled citizens work 3 to 4 hours a day in structured environments or dignity works and are counted as employed, not dependent or showing hopeless, helpless to our community where we belongs to. Germans work start floor behind it mentioned model, sheltered workshops, employees over 3 lakh several disabled citizens, productivity and dignified of the state. Singapore declared a enabling master plan with legally binding timelines, quarterly audits, and employer incentive schemes. Result of visible street beginning begging by disabled individuals in statistically near zero. These are not richer countries in spirit. They are countries that decided this is not a acceptable uh, to us. And I am here today to say India must decide the same things. We track UPI transaction in real time across 500 CR accounts. We can identify a tax defaulter within 48 hours using AI. We have a satellite that can photograph a 30 centimeter object from space, and we can locate, register, and support 3 CR disabled citizens. Madam and respected sir, that is not a resource problem, that is a priority problem. I think in my thought, I am not here only to accuse, I am here to legislate. So let me show you, present to in through media, through this channel, the Zero Project. 5 years, zero disabled person in the street. On the street, it's not hidden for us. It's not removed. We can, it's not supported by our citizens. So here is now we get there. Also, we are and we are in there. So I am Satyabrata Naik, and I asked this situation about this matter, and every Indian watching this. So if you, I have one question: when we land a spacecraft on the moon's south pole, when we build expressway through mountains, when we digitize a 5 CR bank account in less than a decade, why is there still a man with no legs dragging himself across a road for 10 rupees? The goal is not to remove him from the street. The goal is to ensure no human being ever has to be on that street. A developed nation is not defined by its GDP. It is defined by now it treats the one person nobody is watching. Zero on record, clean roads, dignified lives. That is not charity. That is the minimum standard of a civilized state.